But even go live to Edinburgh now. The Prime Minister touring there this morning, just not in vision at the moment. Prime Minister, good morning. Can you hear me, Eamonn in London?
Yes, Eamonn, I can. And can I just say, it has been marvellous getting out and about outside the Westminster bubble, seeing ordinary working people being shoved aside by members of my security staff as I tour the Edinburgh Festival and all it has to offer.
Very, very good. That is Jan Raven. She's got a show going on in Edinburgh and it is called A Difficult Woman. Good. It's good to see you, Jan. Very, very good to see you. Loving the voice of Teresa May. Very good. And do you know what?
Yes, it's very tense.
Well, what I noticed came across that there is a slight tremble in her voice, isn't there, that you get beautifully?
Yes, it's all about the tension. It's all about the tension. And it's almost like she wants to smile, but the rest of her face won't let her. And yes, she's got this sort of double descant going on. It's like she's doing her own descant. Apparently it's called diaphonic, but I call her two-tone Tessie. It's like that all the time, just so tense.
And how long have you been kind of watching her and getting that voice?
Well, I was watching her when she was Home Secretary, but for all the 6 years when she was Home Secretary, she never said a word. So that was quite hard.
Jan, when you do get her, you obviously get what makes her tick as well, just not the voice. As a person studying her, I always get the impression she's quite frightened about breaking free, about shaking up her hair, about letting her hair down and just being her, whoever her is.
Yes, exactly. I think she's a person that always, crosses all the T's and dots all the I's and doesn't ever sort of, she's, famously the person that said, the naughtiest thing she'd ever done was run through a wheat field without even running naked through a wheat field, she's very much, I think she's not a sort of conviction politician, she's just a politician that likes to get the job done. I can't help admiring her, really, for sticking with it because, David Cameron, when he got an election result he didn't like, you couldn't see him for dust. So she's basically sort of clearing up his mess because I don't think anybody else in the Tory party wants to have her job. But it's been a great inspiration for my show, Difficult Woman.
Yes, we were coming to that.
Which is,
Ken Clarke famously branded Teresa May a difficult woman. You've called your show a difficult woman. Are you a difficult woman, Jan?
Well, I can be, but I think it's time for us middle-aged women to channel our inner difficult and kind of, be bold about it. Because sometimes, like Germaine Greer says, women get called difficult when they're just being, ambitious or decisive or authoritative, qualities that are thought of as admirable in the male, even when the male in question is Boris Johnson. And I think that, we need to kind of not be afraid to be decisive, to be ambitious, and particularly at this sort of age. It's called Difficult Woman because it's celebrating all the women who are in power at the moment, which is great because it's, role models for young women and more people for me to take the mickey out of. and the fact that as a middle-aged woman myself, it's a time of transition, but I sort of think of it as a time of opportunity. It's a time when often your kids are grown up. You've got all sorts of opportunities to do different things, and so I'm very much sort of celebrating, get out there, girls, let's do it.
Well,
It's my tour. I'm on tour this autumn.
Yes, your first solo performance at Edinburgh. You're saying you're taking Difficult Woman on tour right up from October, right up until November the 18th, all around the country. What other difficult women will be appearing in the show? Who will you be channeling?
Well, there's wee Nicola Sturgeon. Nicola Sturgeon is a wee bundle of aggression who accentuates every other syllable, like she's going to nut someone. And there's Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton pointing and waving, pointing and waving. And who else? Oh, there's all the Scottish leaders. Angela Merkel, who is like a human embodiment of a sturdily built German hatchback. She's in it.
Diane Abbott.
There's Meryl Streep. There's Diane Abbott is in it. If she can be persuaded to wake up. Because this is a bit early in the morning for Diane, Ruth. Because, the key to doing a Diane Abbott impression is just to imagine that you've just been woken up from a really nice nap. So it's like, Andrew.
Well, Jan, thank you for not being difficult with us this morning and enjoy the fringe
It's
there.
It's been a pleasure, Eamonn and Ruth.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, and come and see me on tour. I start in Cheltenham in mid-September.
Yes,
We'll
we've got that. We'll
look
put
forward
the
to it.
details on our
You can get all the
website.
details.
We'll not miss you. It was very, very good talking to you. Always been
Thanks.
a fan, Jan, and
Lovely to talk to you.
lovely
Thank
to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.
Have a good fringe,
Thank you
as
so
they
much.
say.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Or we could do a Hillary Clinton, which is...
It's a good trick, though, isn't it?
I used to say that to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Every time she'd be like, Hillary Clinton walks onto a stage and before she does anything, she just goes, she pretends she knows somebody in the audience and she points. You can see
gonna try
politicians
that.
doing that now.
Makes you look really popular. You should try it.